fuckers and fuckheads. Now, I got a little thought for Congress there. I should say in advance, I'm no threat to anyone. I can barely drive to the shop anymore. I've been there like 3 days in a couple of weeks, so I ain't no fucking threat to no one. However, it does upset me when I hear things like Mr. Boehner saying that the worst offenders out of this IRS thing are going to be the ones to go to jail. With all due respect, sir, if they were ordinary people and didn't work for the government, they would already be in jail, sitting, waiting to go to court. And nothing, absolutely nothing, less than them going to prison is acceptable. And to the rest of you members of Congress, I'm seriously hoping that you're going to step up and say, hey, the person who was in charge of the IRS, the same person who was in charge of the people who were, targeting conservative groups, Republicans, Tea Party organizers, and apparently people who believe in the Constitution too, which, hell, I'm Constitutional Party. I vote Republican only because the Constitutional Party generally does not stand a snowball's chance in hell. That person is now going to be appointed to be in charge of the arm of the IRS that will be handling Obamacare. I'm sorry, that's a little bit scary to the average American. I'm sincerely hoping that you do everything possible to prevent that, stop that from happening, whatever's got to be done. Because quite frankly, that's scary. The same person who was targeting and going, against the people who believe in America still, because obviously the Democrats/libtards do not believe in America at all. So, it just kind of worries me that you would allow that person, A, to remain free, and B, suddenly get appointed to be in charge of the Obamacare arm of the IRS. And now Obama letting somebody resign over this whole mess, no. I mean, even if they were just a participant at a lower level, stop me if I'm wrong, but they're still guilty of some sort of a violation of the Hatch Act or conspiracy to violate the Hatch Act, or accessory to violating the Hatch Act. I could be wrong. I know there's some kind of a tax fraud in there that can be reversed on the IRS. I haven't bothered looking it up this morning. But my request of Congress is that they be held to a higher standard of government. You see, most of us pay taxes so that we will have honest government. The only way to have honest government is to put them all in jail when something like this happens, without exception, and without any leniency come sentencing time. Give them the fucking max. I mean, I pay 71.2% of my income in between property and income taxes every single year. Now, that's before I go out and spend money locally. There's another 7% of my income gone when I pay sales taxes on shit. A little bit more when I go buy a tire. Here's, almost 40 cents a gallon for gasoline? Hell, the petroleum companies aren't even making as much as the government is in taxes on a gallon of gas. Hell, I pay road use taxes on one of my trucks that I don't even drive. I just keep the damn thing. But I pay road use taxes on that son of a bitch. Why? Doesn't even make sense. You know, but I guess when you get a truck over a certain size, you can't get it. You know, the DOT decided that you get a truck over a certain size, you cannot get a regular plate for the son of a bitch, and it's just something that I own because I like it, not because I'm using it for commercial use or anything like that. And, you know, hell, I'm on motorcycles. I don't even drive the son of a bitch. I just had it in the collection because I liked it. But when I hear words come out of any of your mouths that some or the worst offenders out of this group at the IRS will go to jail, I don't feel that I'm getting my tax dollars worth, you see, because I don't want to hear some or most. I don't want to hear anything about the worst offenders. I want to hear they're all going to jail, without exception. And the only reason that they should get off is because they're testifying against one of the uppity-ups, so we can get the whole chain of command out of there. Because you see, you go up the chain of command, sooner or later somebody's responsible. I learned that a long time ago. And the same with the EPA targeting businesses. And let's not even mention customs harassing people's shipments coming in. That's been going on too. Rumblings on the internet on that have been around since 2009. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the subject. I hope like hell you take me serious. Like I say, I pose no threat. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if I was in good physical condition, there is not a politician in this world that is worth 1 second of jail time to me. So I pose you no threat, but that's my thoughts. And they might not be good thoughts, but you know what? They're mine. And so far, yeah, this AP thing infringed on the freedom of speech a little bit. Oh yeah, you know, and that's another thing. Miss Pelosi, you said that we should restrict political speech. I'm sorry. Ma'am, I would greatly appreciate it if you would just step down out of government, because you are sworn to uphold the Constitution. And you've gone for gun control against the Second Amendment several times. And now you want to go against the First Amendment, free speech. Well, you restrict free speech in any way, shape, or form, you're actually restricting the freedom to think. The freedom to think for oneself. Which is not acceptable in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not all of us believe the same way that you do, Miss Pelosi, and that's what made America great.